find combinations, I found a one-shot thicklet. Oh, that's also a term. Thicklet.
Yeah.
A little
kind of like
thick.
drabble.
Yeah, drabble, thicklet, little story about Fox and Hedwig called Hedwig's Nighttime Adventures. Would you guys like to hear some of it?
Yes, please.
Well, it's a bit long, even for a one-shot, so I might just skim through it, but there are some special moments. All right. Hedwig sat in the owlery. She was bored. Harry hadn't been up to see her in quite some time, and this made her sad. She hadn't gone out flying in 3 days. That's how sad she was. Why don't you go and catch some field mice in the Quidditch pitch? Her dear friend Errol suggested. She shook out her feathers, contemplating the idea. Yes, she finally cooed. Yes, I think I might go do just that. You want me to join you? Errol asked, always eager to follow the younger, attractive female wherever she might fly. No, she hooted quickly. I think I'll just pop out for a few moments to be alone. Thank you, though. She quickly took off through one of the many openings the owlery had to offer before Errol could argue his point any further. Okay, I'm going to skip down a little bit. She runs into a red-feathered bird, and if she wasn't covered in snowy feathers, she would have been blushing as crimson as his feathers. Oh, it's okay, she finally stammered out, clearly flustered that such a handsome fellow was flying in such proximity to her. So, what are you doing out here anyway? She asked, trying to make the situation a little less awkward. Flying, he replied with a sly look at the younger bird next to him. Oh, yes, flying, of course, she replied awkwardly, looking for a distraction from the bird. Okay, I'm going to skip forward. She asks, if he's Dumbledore's bird, and he's like, oh, yes, but I'm not a spoiled headmaster's pet, so on and so forth. He asked her, tell me, beautiful, what is your name? Hedwig, she replied. My name is Hedwig. The two birds flew and talked for a few hours. Finally, they took to sitting on one of the Quidditch goal posts. When was the last time you had a girlfriend? Hedwig asked. The last time I was courting a young woman was many years ago, indeed. Nearly 80 by now, I would imagine. Nearly 80 years? Geesh, it's been a while since you got laid, Hedwig exclaimed. Fox looked sadly down. Yes, it certainly has been. Hedwig's young female owl hormones were going crazy now. She was wild with the youthful ideas of having a one-night stand with such a beautiful man/bird. Well, we could, only if you wanted to. Fox looked up at her. You really mean it? F yeah, Hedwig hooted loudly. She cleared her throat. I mean, yes, certainly. 2 hours later, it says, with lots of squigglies. Where have you been? Errol hooted as Hedwig flew into the owlery. I thought you had been murdered. Or worse, killed. Hedwig bucked at him. I had things to do, she told him, and then went to roost up near the roof. She tucked her head beneath a wing. She was exhausted but happy. Perhaps she didn't need Harry to visit her so often, after all. The end. Are you guys okay? Listen,
We need to turn our mics off. There had tears streaming down our face over here.
Oh my goodness. Actually, I think we should have applied for a second radio show where we just read fan fiction on there. Okay, here are the reviews. There are 4 reviews.
No.
1. This story's amazing. I love it. This was really good. I enjoyed reading it. Smiley face. Lol, that is funny. And the last review. You owe me 5 minutes of my life back.
Accurate.
I can't believe I made it through that.
So accurate.
I know.
You were keeping a straight face.
I was really impressed that you managed to do that while Claire and I were completely losing it behind you.
That is what awaits you, dear listeners, on fanfiction.net.
Yeah, and that's not all. I mean, there's a lot.